From IsReal News, this is the morning briefing for Monday, March 2nd. Hezbollah has joined the fighting, launching rockets toward northern Israel overnight. The Israel Defense Forces say the group fired multiple projectiles and that Israeli forces responded with air and naval strikes on dozens of Hezbollah and Iranian-linked targets in Beirut and elsewhere in Lebanon. An Israeli security source told regional media that a broad operation in Lebanon could include a ground incursion. This comes as the conflict expands beyond direct exchanges between Israel and Iran. Lebanon's government is attempting to limit further escalation. The Lebanese prime minister called rocket fire from southern Lebanon irresponsible and said the country would not be dragged into additional conflict. Lebanon's justice minister ordered security forces to act against those launching rockets. This occurs amid internal Lebanese efforts to contain Hezbollah's military activity. The IDF confirmed the killing of Hussein Makhled, identified as head of Hezbollah's intelligence headquarters, in a strike in Beirut. The military says additional senior commanders were targeted overnight. This follows continued Israeli operations against Hezbollah leadership structures. Israeli forces also issued evacuation warnings in Arabic for specific buildings in Beirut's Dahieh district and in several villages in the Bekaa Valley. The move reflects ongoing Israeli efforts to target Hezbollah and Iranian-linked infrastructure while warning civilians in advance. Missile launches from Iran continued through the night. A missile impact in Beersheba left one man moderately wounded and 14 others lightly injured, according to emergency services. Police urged the public to avoid gathering at impact sites to allow emergency crews to operate safely. This comes as sirens sounded across central Israel and the Jerusalem area during successive barrages. The IDF says it has identified changes in Iran's firing patterns, with more coordinated and synchronized launches from multiple commands. The military assesses that Iran is attempting larger volleys, though it continues to face operational constraints. This occurs as air defenses remain active across multiple fronts. In Tehran, Israeli aircraft conducted what the IDF described as a significant wave of strikes targeting regime command centers, internal security headquarters, air defense systems, and missile sites in western Iran. The military says it is targeting mechanisms used to suppress domestic protests. This follows the opening phase of the operation, in which senior Iranian intelligence leadership was reportedly killed. Iran's president announced the appointment of Majid ibn al-Reza as the country's new defense minister, replacing Amir Aziz Nasirzadeh, who was killed in earlier strikes. The development reflects efforts in Tehran to reconstitute senior leadership following losses. 2 drones aimed at a British base in Cyprus were intercepted, and sirens were reported in Nicosia. Greece said it would deploy ships and fighter aircraft to help defend Cyprus. This occurs as the eastern Mediterranean faces spillover from the widening conflict. Qatar's foreign ministry spokesperson said Iran must pay the price for its attacks, in remarks to CNN. This follows Iranian strikes across multiple regional targets. Satellite imagery released Monday shows 3 Iranian vessels sunk in port following U.S. strikes, according to statements from Washington. President Trump said 9 Iranian naval vessels were destroyed or sunk in recent operations. This comes as U.S. forces continue coordinated action with Israel. In Saudi Arabia, drones targeted the Aramco refinery in Ras Tanura, according to Reuters and Saudi officials. 2 drones were intercepted, and a fire caused by debris was reported. Authorities said there were no civilian casualties. This marks the first reported Iranian strike on Saudi oil facilities since September 2019. The International Atomic Energy Agency says it has no indication that Iranian nuclear facilities have been struck. Director General Rafael Grossi called for restraint and a return to diplomacy, warning of the potential consequences of radiological release in the event of damage to nuclear sites. This occurs as military operations continue across multiple regions. Global markets reacted sharply on the first trading day after the outbreak of war. Brent crude rose nearly 10% to around $80 per barrel, while West Texas Intermediate increased roughly 9%. Gold rose more than 3%. The move reflects investor concern over energy supply and regional stability. Those are the latest headlines from IsReal News.